And my God, it made me laugh. This is the referee, Norman Burtonshaw, blowing up for full time during the 1971 FA Cup final between Arsenal and Liverpool.
And Arsenal, who finished the season under such fantastic pressure which would have broken everyone, have done it! Arsenal have done the double, and Mr. Burtonshaw even collapsed at the end.
So,
Is
for
this
any
what I think it looks like?
so any non-football fans,
Go on.
in 1971, Arsenal unexpectedly won the double. Only the second team in the 20th century to have done it. Tottenham had done it 10 years previously. No one thought it could be done until Tottenham did it. They just thought you were asking too much of a squad. So it was an enormous achievement. You know, even with the stuff like the Invincibles, this is well up within the history of Arsenal. Norman Burtonshaw was the referee. As soon as he blows the final whistle, he sinks to his knees and just starts cheering and punching the air.
Well, what? It couldn't work out.
Because he loves Arsenal.
We were talking about it.
A huge Arsenal fan.
We were talking about this before you came on. It looks like he's bet the farm on Arsenal winning the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Like the whole shebang.
I watched it on my phone, not on my MacBook.
Yeah.
It was a small picture. I originally thought he'd been hit with a ball and he'd fall over, and that was the funny thing, right?
Nope. He's
Then
down on his
just
knees.
sort of cheering for something.
Yeah.
Two hands in the air, knees down on the floor, like he scored a winner in the World Cup final.
Oh,
I didn't say why, and I thought, has he done his 200th game?
He honestly...
He's one of million. I don't know if
like he's won the sort of rollover of the Euro Millions.
Yeah.
Like he's just looks ecstatic.
How did this happen, though?
I assume So what I think is his professional pride at having refereed a cup final.
Yeah.
And he's done it to its conclusion. And he is so chuffed with the zenith of his career. Best case scenario. What I actually think's happened is he's a huge Arsenal fan and he's forgotten that he's at Wembley on telly.
2-1. Arsenal won 2-1. They'd already won the league.
They've come back to win it as well against Liverpool.
8-man Liverpool.
Against 4-man Liverpool, they've won 2-1.
The whole clip is only 15 seconds long.
It's mad.
It's so funny.
I've never seen it before.
I can only assume, as Steph said, that he's so thrilled to have been awarded the honour of refereeing the 99th Cup final, because it was the Centenary Cup final the year later. But it just looks so wrong. The Liverpool players were sink to the turf, devastated.
Right, so here we are. He later explained, so Norman Burtonshaw is his name.
Yeah.
He later explained he had been relieved that the game hadn't gone to a replay.
Oh, yeah, all right, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Easy,
Norman.
Easy, Norm. Not sure that's true.
You're from North London, Norman.
Come on, Norm.
God, it's funny.
Norman, of course, with the nickname Gunner.
Gunner Burtonshaw.
That's mad.
Yeah. I think also the way they used to do it on Fantasy Football League, it was slightly different when I was doing Fantasy Football League. Actually, it wasn't. We were doing it the same way. You would just sit through hours of television. We'd have spotters. We had probably 20 people just watching football on telly, looking for funny clips.
Yeah.
And they must have, I don't know how they found this, but they just must have been watching highlights of the...
Yeah.
Of famous FA Cup finals, and some eagle-eyed spotter would have been like, "Hang on, what's the ref doing?"
So Burtonshaw, okay. So his excuse that he was happy it didn't go to a replay, lost a little bit of credence a few months later when he presided over Arsenal's 6-2 battering of Benfica. His performance was so bad that he was mobbed by Benfica players who tried to beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
What? I think he's a mad Arsenal fan.
Who was that referee, the rugby referee, Mike? Used to have material about him. French referee.
Alain Roland. He's Irish.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit French. He's a bit French. His name's a bit French.
But he refereed Wales
It was
versus
one of my
Ireland.
favourite to stand up. It was the fact that he refereed us in the semi-final of the World Cup, and that was he was the one who sent Wolves off, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah. Which, looking back on it now, when you watch it,
Against France, I said a lot of people said he was biased. Of course, he's not biased. He's Irish, you know. He's an Irish fella called Alan Roller. I said, "Dude's dad's French. Married a French woman, lives in France and speaks fluent French." I said, "But you know, as they say in Dublin, c'est la vie."
Good out. I like that. See, that's the stuff, mate.
That's why I used to bother writing back in the.
I was going to say, if you sit down
yeah.
and write this sitcom, mate, it's going to be good.
I just wing it.
Yeah.
These days. I thought, mate, if you're a professional soldier, that's
Yes.
your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't hit a 7'6" naked man
Yeah.
from 10 feet away, standing in a corridor. What are you doing with your life?
You do sound like Roy Keane.
It's your job.
Have you seen that clip of him dressed as one of the Paw Patrol?
No.
It's his grandkid's birthday party, right? Because picture of Roy Keane online yesterday, and he's in the full gear with the Paw Patrol thing under his arm, the head.
Lovely. Yeah.
And someone said to him, he said, "Granddad, that's his job."
That's good. I'll go with my clip then for round one because Roy is in this. This is Slaven Bilić.
Oh, this is
Doing what I think more pundits should do.
I would ask for a foul with a reason.
Yeah.
If I was Swiss manager, I would say no foul. So it's one of them.
You're sounding very
What with
neutral
the-
there, Slaven.
To be fair, I don't care.
Brilliant.
This is so good, mate.
Ian Wright
I laughed.
doesn't stop
I don't-
laughing at this for about 20 minutes.
I didn't see this coming at all.
The entirety of half-time is ruined for Wrighty because Bilic has said what we're all thinking.
What we all think all the time.
I don't care.
Bilic. This could be wrong. I could be wrong on this.
Okay.
He seemed to do this a couple of times.
Yes.
Where he was like, "Listen, Jesus,
Does it
Christ,
matter?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
You know, it's Poland versus
care.
Iran. I don't care.
I haven't got it in me to give it.
Oh, flipping, that's such a funny clip.
It is good because there are games in the World Cup that are on because there's a World Cup on, and I will watch all of them and I will consume all of them. But what I don't care about is dodgy decisions during them because
Or
it's
the
just
result,
creating
really.
entertainment for. No, I couldn't care less unless it sort of relates to another team that I care about. No interest, doesn't matter. So yeah, let's just show some
He's
more
sort of-
adverts.
He gives an answer at first,
Yeah.
but then they want a deep dive on it, and he's like,
Yeah,
"I don't really."
Pugac
care.
isn't happy with that.
There will be people at ITV who are pissed off with him for this stuff.
Oh yeah,
Because they always kind of have to, especially on Sky, they have to suggest that whatever it is you're watching is the most important thing
Yes.
happening on Earth at that
yes.
time.
Well, you don't want to lose viewers, do you?
Yeah.
So the idea of I don't care. I mean, what do you mean you don't care about this game? This is the most important thing that's on right now.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Because Keys and Gray in the 90s, when the Premier League had just begun and Sky obviously had exclusive access to it, exclusive coverage rights, they were, from what I remember, criticised a bit for implying that a 0-0 on a Monday night was actually really high octane excitement,
Yes.
whereas in reality it had been quite a poor game between two mid-table teams.
Exactly that. And yeah, you think like Slavan's, he's been through a lot in life. You know, he's Croatian, sort of the entire upbringing he's had. Probably expressing this in a way of somebody who's had bigger fish to fry in life.
It's called perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a level of perspective. Who gives a f***? Sorry, Mark, who cares? And Wrighty can't handle this at all and just pisses himself.
I love Wrighty.
Because he said what all of them are thinking on that panel.
Yeah.
Lee Dixon is thinking, yeah, you're right. Wrighty is thinking that's the best thing anyone's ever said on telly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Roy Keane corpses.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what you want sometimes. A little bit of honesty.
It's like in the
in
rugby, if you're watching, I'm watching, no offence to either of these two countries, right? Spain, Portugal, and a rugby match. I'll watch it. Same as you with football, right? I'll happily watch it.
Yeah.
I'd probably go to the stadium and watch it if I was in town.
Yes.
But it's not the end of the world, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was it a high tackle?
I don't know.
If I was friends with Roy Keane, I
I'd love
would
to be friends with Roy Keane.
desperately be trying to make him laugh. Because he doesn't
I
laugh
reckon
very
he's a
often.
good laugh.
But when he does laugh, it's obviously funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to, you know.
You got.
Whoop.
Wee.
Suck the juggler. What?
Go on. Woo.
You wouldn't have to wash up, mate. Off.
There's glass everywhere.
I reckon I could make Ian Wright laugh.
Yes. Yeah.
What,
But
close on or close off?
I don't think I could make Roy laugh very easily.
No.
I reckon you could.
No, I don't know. You could never. Roy Keane's one of those ones. I wouldn't be able to tell whether he'd think, "Yeah, you're all right," or he'd think, "You cock."
Yeah,
Like
you're
straight.
an idiot.
He'd immediately have an opinion.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know
that's
which
fine.
it would be.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. I don't know where he'd land.
When you're a comedian, you're essentially a professional anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't fill in your immigration forms with that in mind.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it?
Is it really professional dick?
Yeah, I'm a professional.
I'm a professional dick.
I will, mate, thank you.
I will find the dishness in this. yeah, that is interesting.
I think it was just all the time. Not all the time, but a good 40 hours a week.
Yeah. Rest of the time, I'm sad.
Yeah, I'm eating or sad.
I'm either finding the humour in it or crying. Because I can't find the humour in it.
I'll be asleep, eating, crying, or being.
Four slices of bacon or crying.
What do you reckon, Slaven? I don't care. Exactly.
I don't care. Yeah, spot on, Slav.